In a climate-controlled vault at Yale University sits a small, unremarkable-looking book. Its pages are worn, its ink faded to brown. But for more than a century, this manuscript has humiliated the finest minds on Earth. Cryptographers who cracked wartime codes. Linguists fluent in dead languages. Computer scientists armed with algorithms. Every one of them has walked away defeated. Nobody can read a single word of it. And nobody even knows what language it's written in. The story begins in 1912, when a rare book dealer named Wilfred Voynich was sifting through a collection of old texts at a Jesuit college in Italy. Among the volumes he found a strange handwritten book, filled with looping, unfamiliar script and bizarre illustrations. He bought it, convinced he'd stumbled onto something extraordinary. He had no idea he'd just acquired what would become the most mysterious book in the world. The manuscript is roughly 240 pages of soft vellum, calfskin parchment. Radiocarbon dating has since placed its creation in the early 15th century, somewhere between 1404 and 1438. That single fact rules out many theories of a modern hoax. Whoever made this book did so more than 600 years ago, painstakingly, by hand, in an age when parchment was precious and every page cost real labor and money. Then there's the writing itself. Page after page is covered in a flowing, confident script, penned by someone who clearly wrote it fluently, without hesitation. The letters follow patterns. Certain symbols appear frequently, others rarely, just as you'd expect in a real language. Statistical analysis shows the text obeys linguistic laws found in natural human languages. It behaves like writing. It looks like writing. And yet it matches no known alphabet on the planet. The images are even stranger. The largest section is filled with plants, hundreds of them, drawn in vivid detail with roots, leaves, and flowers. But botanists have struggled to identify them. Some resemble real species, most appear to be entirely invented, fantastical hybrids that grow nowhere on Earth. It's as if someone documented the flora of a world that never existed. Turn further and the subject shifts. There are astronomical charts, circles of stars, suns and moons with human faces, and elaborate diagrams that look like zodiacs. The pages fold out into wheels within wheels, densely packed with the unreadable script. Whoever made this seemed to be recording knowledge of the heavens, but the meaning remains locked away, spinning silently in ink. Perhaps the most unsettling pages come next. Dozens of tiny naked figures, mostly women, bathe in networks of green pools and tubes that snake across the parchment like plumbing or veins. Scholars call it the biological section. Is it medicine? Alchemy? A map of the human body as medieval doctors imagined it? Or something we've never even considered? No one can say. Over the decades, the code breakers came. During the Second World War, some of America's top cryptanalysts, the very people who broke enemy ciphers, tried their hand at the Voynich. They failed. William Friedman, one of the greatest cryptologists in history, spent years on it and concluded only that it might be an artificial language. The manuscript gave up nothing. So the theories multiplied. Some argue it's an elaborate hoax, gibberish designed to look meaningful, perhaps created to swindle a wealthy collector. There's even a candidate, Emperor Rudolph II of Bohemia reportedly paid a fortune for the book in the early 1600s. But if it's nonsense, it's remarkably sophisticated nonsense, following statistical rules that forgers of that era simply shouldn't have known. Others insist it's real. Maybe an unknown dialect written in a private alphabet. Maybe a coded medical or herbal text, its secrets deliberately hidden. Proposals have ranged from an early form of a Turkic language to shorthand Latin, from a lost Mexican dialect to the invented tongue of a single obsessive mind. Each theory finds a few supporters, then collapses under scrutiny. In recent years, artificial intelligence entered the fray. Researchers fed the text into machine learning systems, and headlines declared the mystery solved, first as Hebrew, then as Proto-Romance. Each announcement drew excitement, then swift rejection by experts who found the translations produced only vague, meaningless fragments. The book had defeated the machines too. And so the Voynich Manuscript remains exactly what it has always been, a book that begs to be read and refuses to be understood. Someone, 6 centuries ago, poured enormous effort into these pages. They drew impossible plants, charted unknown stars, and wrote thousands of words in a language that may have died with them, or may never have existed at all. Was it genius, madness, or a joke that outlived its maker? The book isn't telling. It simply waits, as it has for 600 years, for someone clever enough to finally hear what it's been trying to say.